Hello, today's video we have the following content.
Xiao Zhan's Legend of the Tibetan Sea was suspected of brushing data. The official media domineeringly refuted the rumor, and the effective broadcast volume exceeded 10 million. Xiao Zhan's Legend of the Tibetan Sea broke 10 million effective broadcasts on its first broadcast. The official media proved the authenticity of the data, and his superb acting skills and professional attitude were recognized again, which slapped the doubters in the face. Recently, with the popularity of Xiao Zhan's new drama Legend of the Tibetan Sea, this drama can be said to have achieved unprecedented good results. However, there are still people behind the scenes who are suspicious of the existence of brushing data at the beginning of the broadcast. The official media directly stood up to refute the rumor, which is simply a fabrication. In particular, the effective broadcast volume of this drama has exceeded 10 million, not to mention the popularity, ratings and other data. There is really no fraud. It is reported that Xiao Zhan's hit drama Legend of the Tibetan Sea was suspected of brushing data during its first broadcast. In fact, this is completely because some people can't stand Xiao Zhan's goodness. After seeing Xiao Zhan's Legend of the Tibetan Sea achieve so many good results, they are jealous and anxious to the point of not being able to eat. In fact, the official media has used data to dispel rumors. Let's not talk about the ratings and popularity for now. The official media announced that the effective playback volume of Xiao Zhan's Legend of the Lost Tomb has exceeded 10 million. This is real data. Legend of the Lost Tomb has received a lot of negative reviews. Xiao Zhan is accused of having no looks and no acting skills. Where should he go? The publicity before the broadcast of Legend of the Lost Tomb should not be underestimated. The popularity of social media and the overwhelming advertisements have made the audience full of expectations. This drama uses tomb raiding and suspense as selling points, and has even been compared with Grave Robbers Chronicles in an attempt to create a fascinating screen masterpiece. However, when the audience finally waited for the day of the broadcast, the result was a lot of doubts and criticisms. In particular, the performance of the male lead Xiao Zhan has become the target of public criticism. The audience's complaints about his acting skills have come one after another, forming a strong contrast. In the comment area, the internet is full of negative voices. Many viewers bluntly said that Xiao Zhan's acting skills are like reciting lines and he can't fit into the role at all. Looking closely, this public opinion storm is not groundless. Looking at Xiao Zhan's past works, since The Untamed, his acting career seems to have been climbing, but in fact it is also accompanied by controversy. In The Untamed, he won a large number of fans with the role of Wei Wuxin, but since then, his work seemed to be facing the dilemma of not being able to adapt to the local environment. Back to Legend of the Kanghae, many viewers said that their mood when watching the drama was like riding a roller coaster. On the one hand, the publicity came with a bang, but on the other hand, they found that the content of the series was stiff, the plot was old-fashioned, and even the interaction between lovers seemed tasteless. Such a big contrast made the audience feel disappointed, especially for Xiao Zhan's performance, and their patience was gradually exhausted. His styling problems were also frequently mentioned, and the audience's expectations of him seemed to vanish overnight. It is worth mentioning that not all audiences only judge Xiao Zhan's role on appearance. In some comments, some fans stated that the improvement of acting skills is as important as the shaping of the role. Someone commented, no matter how good the aesthetics are, the depth and complexity of the character cannot be shown, and such a performance is really unacceptable. This involves a common dilemma for artists. Actors are often confined to a certain established image. When they need to break through the current scope, they will inevitably appear powerless. In addition to Xiao Zhan, other similar actors such as Liu Yuning, Xin Yunlei, and Wang Ziqi have also encountered the dual challenges of appearance and acting skills in the eyes of the audience. Their works are often entangled with the expectation of high traffic, but they are tightly locked under the label of ugly men or handsome men that the audience thinks. Although their acting skills may not be a big problem in the circle, in the current highly commercialized era, they cannot get rid of the shackles of the existing image. The inherent impression of the audience and the market expectations make it difficult for their performances to get recognition. What is more thought-provoking is that the discussion culture formed on the internet has increased the pressure on actors. Especially on social platforms, everyone is a critic, and the success or failure of any work is judged almost overnight. In this regard, even if Xiao Zhan has a large number of fans defending him, it is difficult to change the audience's first impression. This normality makes it difficult for actors to shape their roles, and they may become the focus of public opinion if they are not careful. Looking at the script of Legend of the Kanghae, it is not difficult for the audience to find that although its narrative structure is complete, it lacks breakthroughs and novelty. Although the story clues have a certain suspenseful color, the overall rhythm and setting seem old, as if it is a collage of multiple dramas of the same type. Some viewers bluntly said that this drama is like a work produced by an assembly line, lacking the soul and original thinking it should have. The aesthetic needs of contemporary audiences have changed. They are no longer satisfied with the routine plot advancement. They are eager to see more depth and thinking in the plot. Unfortunately, Legend of the Kanghae failed to be convincing in this regard. The tumor-hopping elements in the play should be full of mystery and excitement, but they were handled in a bland way. Not only did they fail to create enough tension, but they seemed lengthy and tedious. Although Xiao Zhan is still devoted to his performance and tries to give the character more layers with delicate emotional fluctuations, his efforts are also obvious, but the weakness of the script makes these performances seem a good cook cannot cook without rice. The growth curve of the character lacks sufficient support, and the character's motivation and behavior logic are not clear enough, making it difficult for the actor's interpretation to touch people's hearts. In the final analysis, the conservativeness and lack of innovation in the creation of Legend of the Tibetan Sea are the main reasons why it is difficult to impress the audience. To truly break the bottleneck of genre dramas, creators need bolder narrative ideas and deeper exploration of human nature, rather than just relying on the halo of stars to attract attention. Despite this, although Legend of the Tibetan Sea encountered negative reviews at the beginning of its broadcast, it still occupies a place on the popularity list with Xiao Zhan's high popularity and original fan base. This hot and cold situation reflects a subtle phenomenon in the current film and television drama market. Traffic can bring attention, but it may not really retain word of mouth. For some loyal fans, the logic of the plot may not be the core of their concern. Instead, Xiao Zhan's temperament and interpretation style have become the biggest driving force for them to watch. What they are looking for in the play is not only the ups and downs of the character's fate, but also an emotional connection and psychological projection with the idol. This kind of audience stickiness composed of emotional support has become a key factor in maintaining the popularity of the series. However, film and television works are ultimately the product of popular culture, and they need to take into account a wider range of aesthetic needs. When the elements in the drama are not as rich and profound as expected, and even cause aesthetic fatigue and psychological gap among the audience, even if the popularity is high, it is difficult to cover up the shortcomings in the quality of the drama. In the long run, if the drama lacks continuous content tension and freshness, its reputation will inevitably decline. This also raises a question worth thinking about: can Legend of the Kanghae achieve a turning point and breakthrough in the subsequent plot? Only by advancing both content and emotion can it truly win the recognition of a wider audience and leave a memorable impression after the hustle and bustle subsides. Judging from the reactions of fans, after seeing the so-called data-brushing remarks, everyone said that this was completely child's play. This method is common and actually cannot cause much waves. For Xiao Zhan, the film and television works starring Xiao Zhan have always been like this. With so many classic works and so many honors in front of him, it is enough to slap the faces of doubters. In short, I wish Xiao Zhan all the best. Facts have proved that Xiao Zhan is a good actor worthy of trust, and a dedicated and positive idol. It is beyond reproach to support Xiao Zhan in The Legend of Kanghae. In addition, looking at Xiao Zhan's performance, many viewers were shocked by Xiao Zhan's performance. His acting skills are superb and his strength is outstanding, not to mention that Xiao Zhan worked very hard during the filming process and hired a private teacher to help him improve. It is impeccable.
Thank you for watching the video. If this is your first time watching a video, please subscribe to the channel, like and leave your comments to help us develop your channel.